All right, listen, so we know home workouts are a bit naff, but they're better than nothing. And if you want to counteract the health barriers you're going to come up against this year, stay sharp and stay lean, you should be doing them. All right, Kat?
It is.
Right, so back pain affects, according to my phone, about 500 million people at any one time in the world. So poor gym routines, bad genetics, will leave you susceptible to a back injury, what could put you in pain for life. So it's best to avoid it and train a little bit smarter. So Kat's helping me out today, 2 meters away. Yeah. Because we've both got disc injuries. Kat's hurt her back when she was younger. I've hurt it multiple times. I've been training like an idiot and somewhat I've been a little bit unlucky. As an osteopath, I'm now an allied health professional. I know it's a bit scary. So because we're all training at home, I want to show you girls how not to mess your backs up basically. Number 1, Russian twist. So get down, Kat. These are some of the highest stress exercises for your spine. So if you look what's happening here, just do a few so I can sort of talk over it in a minute. What's happening is your back, when it's under flexion, which is a bend through the spine, and under load combined with twisting, the force what's applied to your disc in your back is really magnified. So Russian twists have pretty much been in iron graveyard for a little bit now. Like, not that many people do and actually understand spine mechanics or decent programming. So, number 1, hopefully survive today, Kat. Oh, it's just hurting already. The disc has exploded. It's just 5 have slipped. Cool. Number 2 is back extensions. So back extensions, pretty much you lay face down on the floor. We don't do them. But what's happening here is we want to lock the back and the core in place when we're doing these exercises and move about the hips or move the legs. So if Kat's in this position here, all the movement, like them Russian twists, is coming from the middle, and the function of your core is actually to be stable. So if she's doing this movement here, there's not a great deal happening anywhere else. It's literally just bringing the joints together. And if you've got an issue with the joints in the back, or even with a disc what's quite acute, and you don't know it's a disc issue, that can really overload it and leave you stiff for days. So third exercise is leg raises. On the own, doing a few sit-ups and doing a few leg raises and doing some spinal flexion isn't a bad thing, but it's when you're doing a lot of it in the week, these 1,000 rep ab challenges, like your back has got a set amount of flexion and extension cycles before you experience some wear and tear or force on your disc. So whereas doing a few sit-ups is not so bad, if you're doing a lot of weighted ab exercises over time and you're susceptible, you could well damage your disc. So leg raises here, any variation of this where there's movement coming from your spine, your hip flexors come right through and attach to your spine here. And what can happen is if your belly, just do a bad one, like if this is sort of coming up and you're getting the big arch in your back, that's showing you're doing a lot of work through the hip flexors instead of your abs as well. And that puts a lot of compression on your spine. It can make it quite painful. Number 4, sit-ups. We'll do one with your weight as well, just to like make it really bad. Hopefully you can walk tomorrow. Movement is being generated by your spine, and what we want, like we said before, is to keep that flat and solid while we do other movements. People add weight to this, which makes it even worse potentially. So if you've got a back issue, maybe cut sit-ups out your own routine and do some of the exercises, what we're going to show you, which are train the function of your spine, but also give you like a strong core. So, fifth exercise, pretty much any movement where the movement's not just coming through the hips and the back stable, but there's also like a bend and a twist element to it, so anything what resembles this sort of thing. I don't know what they're called or who made it up, but just don't do them. Do something else, do a deadlift or some of the things we're going to show you on the video. So these are the big 5. Oh, 6. Yeah, we've got 6. Like big don'ts at home. Like swap it for some of these what we're going to show you if you want to train your core. Feeling good, Kat, or you feel like you need to go to A&E? The 6th exercise is not really an exercise, but it's more just a movement. So if you're stretching your back out, what you tend to do is really force end range flexion. And a lot of people, if they've got an issue with the back or an issue with a joint in the back, disc, whatever, that could well be stretching the muscles off. It'll make it feel better temporarily. You stop now, mate, you're gonna Get knackered here. That might make it feel better temporarily and stretch the muscles off for about 10, 15, 20 minutes later or later that day. A lot of times with the back, the muscles will lock up to protect a joint or something close to the spine. You'll stretch it out, thinking you're doing a good thing, it'll feel temporarily better, and then what will happen is it'll not open, it'll feel a lot worse later on. So it's like, you know, you go a step forward, but you go about 5 steps back. So don't do it.